All right, you guys asked for it. My opinion's on the 7.3 Powerstroke. The 7.3 Powerstroke's been around for just over a decade. It replaced the 7.3 IDI, and they share nothing else in common other than the displacement of the engine. The Powerstroke 7.3 liters were kind of the first in their kind of a different kind of injection system. That's a HUE injection system, and that is a hydraulically actuated electronic unit injection, if I remember properly. And what that does is, rather than using a cam on a mechanical pump to fire the injectors, it uses a high pressure oil pump and electronics to fire the injectors. And what that does is better mileage and lead to more electronic problems. But what it does also, what was really neat with these ones, is it actually had a split shot injector where it would fire a small shot of fuel, light that, and then fire a big shot right after. And that was more towards the end of its lifespan. But what that does is a nice, quieter, smoother running engine. It tried to get rid of that knock a little bit. We've had lots of experience with these in the old shop because there was a greenhouse that had a lot of these Powerstrokes in their vans and their van bodies to deliver flowers, and I've seen many of them reach 1.5 million kilometers, so about 1 million miles on it. Of course, that comes with maintenance, and I say that across the board. That's kind of a given, that if you take care of it, it'll take care of you. Change your oil, change your fuel filter, pop the hood once in a while, clean your connections, and basically treat this engine good, and it will treat you very, very well in return. There was a few things that these Powerstrokes could have done better, in my opinion. One of those is these cheap little tinny battery cable ends, and they always start folding over after you've changed a couple batteries. Now, some of the problems that I say we have, we live in a very diverse climate where it's very humid and hot in the summer, but it's extremely cold in the winter. So we have a giant flux of temperature, and that's hard on plastics, on batteries, and things like exhaust manifolds, which are minus 28, minus 30, and then when they run, they get up to operating temperature, and all those heat cycles really do a number on it. So some of these problems that I talk about, you might not necessarily have if you're in a different climate, but these are just things that I've come across. And just like when I do see these where they're folded over and the bolts are all bent and the nuts are all stripped, we just go to these, solder these nice big heavy cable ends on it. He's added a bunch of stuff on there, so it starts getting messy. We try to keep the wiring clean. So as with any electronically controlled engine, the electronics are going to let you down, and that's one of these areas where you will run into an issue with the Powerstrokes. There's a pile of forums though to diagnose and really narrow down what the problem is. The problems with diesels is they shake, they vibrate a lot, and because of that, they probably leak a lot more oil, and when the oil gets on the wires and that, it causes problems further down the line, whether it starts eating the plastic and that. These ones actually had an issue where the injector plugs underneath the valve covers would rattle loose, so you could lose a bank or a couple cylinders, and that's just a plug coming loose. It's just due to vibrations. Good idea to change those plugs when you get that far, but not a big deal to change either. There's a couple sensors and modules that will let you down too. There's the injector driver module, the IDM, that's actually underneath the fender here, that controls your injection, and those are prone to go. The crankshaft position sensor, it goes and it will create a no start, and little things like that, but it's no different than any other diesel that you would buy. Another thing that's a little disappointing about the 7.3, at least I find, is that it has a hard time starting in it, and it really relies on the glow plugs and the glow plug relays, which don't last forever to start. And it's not even in the minus 25 degrees Celsius winters that we get. It doesn't seem to start well unless those glow plug system is working properly, even in plus 20, 30 degree weather. I think a split shot electronically controlled engine should be able to start at the turn of the key rather than relying on one particular system to get it going. So that being said, I would definitely recommend the 7.3 over any of the other Powerstrokes, and let's leave it to international right now. We won't talk about the 6.7. I still think it's better than the 6.0 and the 6.4. I don't want to hear all the comments, these are the best engines, because this is what I drive and it's never let me down. That's fine. But a lot of that is also like a 90-year-old chain smoker saying that smoking doesn't cause cancer. Those 6.0s and 6.4s had a lot of problems from factory, from new, and cost a lot of money to maintain and to repair. Yes, by now we figured out how to fix them properly. They're awesome power horses. If you can do all the work yourself, pick up a cheap truck, then you can have a decent engine. But if you're strapped to a budget and want something that's just ready to go from factory, the 7.3s is a much better platform to work with. Try to find one like this. This one's from Arizona, nice rust-free, 200,000 kilometers. It's barely broken in. Take a look for some oil leaks and that under the hood, and pay attention to where that's coming from. But if I was to get a Ford truck, I would look for a 7.3 hands down. Okay, so we've made a few videos like this now to try and say the pros and cons of a certain vehicle or engine or platform. And I just wanted to get a few things out of the way that where there's a lot of negative comments on what a POS, and starting to say all GMs are garbage and all Fords are garbage, and I've been guilty of that too. We're learning. We all understand that what you drive is the best and what everybody else drives is crap. The comments help if there's stuff that I've missed in certain videos. You can say, hey, I've had an issue with this, or I've had an issue with that. I've never heard of that. It could be because we're in different climates where the heat cycles, the extreme heat cycles, say wear an exhaust manifold out earlier than if it was on a very steady climate down closer to the equator. So keep that in mind as you're commenting. Keep the comments so that they're educational for everybody. Keep the language clean. Just because I like vanilla ice cream and you like butterscotch doesn't make me wrong and you right. It's just those are our preferences, and we got to understand that. At the end of it, we understand that all the automakers are wrong and we have to do it ourselves, which is why we started the Boss Garage, to show you, hey, let's do something cool and take that and put it over there and take that and put it over there. Here we go. Hey, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you love the channel, consider picking up a tape boss to make those projects go faster so you got more time to watch YouTube. And remember, if you're not filthy, you're not rich.